Here we have a field of barley. It's all headed out. It's pretty much ripe. And if you look alongside here, you see a few greener plants. These plants here. Those are called wild oats. Wild oats are, well, basically they're a weed. Farmers don't really like having it in their crops at all. But it's very, very ingenious. The wild oat seed has a little awn that's made up of two different kinds of material, two different kinds of organic material, that when it gets wet, it begins to twist. So the problem with wild oat seeds is when they cultivate them into the ground, they end up digging themselves in with every rain, and then it dries out and the awning turns back and forth. They can dig themselves down as deep as 15 feet into the ground and take up to 15 years to basically make their way back up, and then they become an issue again. There's that old saying that, you know, don't sow your wild oats in my field. Well, there's a reason for that expression, because when wild oats comes and takes over a field, it begins to sow itself in amongst the other seed, and it makes it not as good as it could be. It also reduces the yield of the field. These are all things that you don't want to see happen as a farmer. And so it's always important to deal with the wild oats as best you can, so that you don't have it coming back and back again. Spiritually speaking, I think there is a lesson to be learned there as well, that when we allow wild oats to grow in our lives, sometimes we think it's hidden and we hide it away, and sometimes we might not have issues with that particular sin for many years, but eventually it begins to crawl back up into our lives and begins to, again, to cause destruction to happen. So be careful with the kinds of seeds you allow into your life, the kinds of sins you allow to remain there. Deal with stuff right away, and you don't have the issue of them coming back up again. The other thing too is, don't keep things secret. If you are having an issue with someone, talk to someone who will walk with you, pray for you, but also hold you accountable and ask how it's going in that area. We need that support, and as long as we keep the things secret, sin doesn't get dealt with. I know that's a bit of a lack of encouragement in one ways, but it is a real big encouragement, because I believe that God wants us to walk in union with Him as best as we can, and He gives us the power to overcome sin and evil. May God bless you as you continue to allow Him to root out the wild oats in your lives. Praying for you today.